God says, "You have been warned. This is not a joke. Someone you care about is walking away from you secretly for a future with someone else." The name will shock you. Don't scroll past. Listen this now before it's too late. Your heart has felt uneasy. Something deep inside of you has been stirring, like a quiet alarm you couldn't silence. It's not confusion. It's not insecurity. It's not even fear. It's revelation. The Holy Spirit has been trying to show you something, but because you love them, you've looked away. You've tried to dismiss the signs. But God says no more. You have been warned. This is not a game. This is not something you can just pray away if you refuse to open your eyes. Someone you've let into your heart, your space, your trust, has been slowly turning from you behind your back, not out of confusion, but with full intention. Comment Amen if your heart needed this truth today. Listen to me with everything inside of you. The Lord is speaking, and this moment was sent to find you before damage is done you can never undo. That person you love so deeply is not just distracted. They're not just distant. They're preparing a future, a connection, a closeness with someone else, quietly, secretly, carefully. And while you've been fighting for them in the spirit, holding them up in prayer, believing the best, hoping for healing, they have been making plans that do not include you. This is not about panic. This is about protection. God is not trying to make you afraid. He's trying to cover you. He's giving you a window of time to see clearly before you are bound to something or someone that will break you. You think this is love, but love is not supposed to drain you, confuse you, manipulate you, or make you question your worth. The love God sends comes in truth, in clarity, in peace. But this person has become a weight on your spirit, a fog in your mind, a storm in your chest. Please pause and like this video if something deep in your soul knows God is confirming what you've quietly suspected. They may still speak kindly, they may still show you affection, they may still claim to care, but behind that there is a secret direction, a hidden exit they're quietly building in their heart. It's not just emotional distance anymore, it's preparation. The same lips that call you beloved are also entertaining someone else in their imagination, in their conversations, and soon in their reality. And when the name is revealed, it will shock you, because it won't be a stranger. It will be someone you never expected, someone you already know, someone close enough to be dangerous. This warning is love. This message is mercy. The Lord saw what was said in private. He heard the whispers you weren't meant to hear. He watched them exchange messages and make plans they never thought would reach you. But because you are His child, and He guards what belongs to Him, He is stepping in now to expose it before it wounds you beyond recovery. You may feel like ignoring this, hoping it isn't true, waiting for another confirmation, but God says this is it. You have been warned. You are not being abandoned. You are being rescued. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected. You are not being broken. You are being delivered. The tears you are crying today are the seeds of strength you will carry tomorrow. Let the truth sting now, so you are not destroyed later. If you believe this is God's word for you, comment 1111 and let it be your sign of surrender. Do not allow the enemy to keep you bound by memories, promises, or potential. Potential is not presence. History is not destiny. Shared time does not equal shared calling. God knows the conversations you never heard. He knows the thoughts they never spoke. He knows the intent behind their silence, their change in tone, their avoidance. And still, He loves you so much that He would interrupt your life, this very moment, to keep you from tying your soul to betrayal dressed in romance. Yes, it will hurt to let go, but it will hurt more to hold on to someone who is already halfway gone. You deserve the kind of love that mirrors the heart of God, a love that is patient, true, consistent, and faithful. A love that stays when things are hard, a love that doesn't compare you to others, a love that doesn't flirt with new options when you're not looking, a love that doesn't keep you as a backup plan while they explore what else might excite them more. This is your wake-up call. This is your divine alarm. This is God standing in front of you saying, I love you too much to let you fall into a trap just because your heart is too kind to see it. He is not trying to take someone away from you. He is trying to take you away from someone who is not sent for your future. You've outgrown this pain. You've outloved this dysfunction. You've outlived this season. It is time to stop begging people to stay who have already chosen to leave you emotionally. It is time to stop grieving what God is trying to remove. It is time to stop defending what heaven is trying to shut down. You are chosen. You are favored. You are anointed. You are protected. And heaven fights for you even when you are silent. This warning is not rejection. It is redirection into healing, into clarity, into wholeness, into real love that won't play games with your soul. You are not here by accident. This moment was marked for you before you even opened your eyes today. Let this be the confirmation your spirit has cried for. What's coming next will not only reveal the truth in full light, it will also heal the pieces of you that have been questioning your own worth because of someone else's dishonor. Comment 222 if you trust that God is speaking to your situation right now. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. There is something sacred about being warned by God. It means heaven still has its eyes on you. It means you are not forgotten, not lost in the noise, not overlooked. When God gives you a warning, it is not punishment. It is proof of how deeply you matter to Him. He steps in before the damage becomes permanent. He disrupts the lie before you start calling it love. He interrupts the silence before you call it peace. He will not let you settle into something that will suffocate your spirit just because you grew used to the presence of someone who was never meant to stay. God knows the weight you've been carrying. He knows the nights you've spent crying quietly while pretending everything was okay. He knows how hard you tried to be enough for someone who had already decided to search for more. This message is not about blame, it's about release. This is God untangling your heart from the snare of a one-sided connection. You were not created to chase someone who sees your love as optional. You are not meant to keep waiting for someone whose silence screams louder than their words ever did. God's timing is never early, never late. It is always precise. And right now He is pulling back the curtain so you can see clearly. There is no more room for illusions, no more space for confusion, no more pretending. He is showing you the full picture, not to shame you, but to save you. Because when the truth finally surfaces, the name of the one they've been turning to will break something inside you. And that's why God is preparing you in advance. He wants your heart guarded before the storm hits. He wants you protected before the pain comes. He wants your spirit grounded before the truth shakes you. And it will shake you. Not because you didn't see it coming, but because it will be someone you trusted, someone who sat at your table, someone you smiled at, prayed for, welcomed in, never suspecting they'd be the one holding hands with the person you cried for. The betrayal will feel like a double blow. But even in that heartbreak, God will still be there. He will not let it break you completely. He will hold every shattered piece and whisper strength back into your soul. You will not fall apart, because God is already holding you up. God's protection doesn't always come wrapped in comfort. Sometimes it comes through disruption. Sometimes it looks like doors closing. Sometimes it feels like heartbreak. Sometimes it feels like betrayal. But all of it is mercy. All of it is love. He would rather you be heartbroken for a moment than spiritually wounded for years. He would rather you cry now than bleed later. He would rather you walk away in confusion than stay and suffer in silence. You've been holding on to someone who already let go of you in secret. They've been building an emotional bridge to someone else while leaving you standing in the same place, wondering why everything feels different. God saw it. Every text they sent, every excuse they made, every time they smiled at you while their heart was drifting further away. And still, He waited. He waited for your heart to be ready to receive the truth. And now that it is, He is giving it to you in full. He's not just asking you to see it, He's asking you to walk away. Not out of bitterness, not in revenge, but in wisdom, in obedience, in trust, because He has something better prepared, something real, something honest, something faithful. But you cannot hold it if your hands are still clinging to what He is trying to remove. Even when you don't feel strong enough to let go, God will give you strength. He will meet you in your weakness. He will sit with you in the grief. He will carry you through the letting go. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are stepping into something new, even if it starts with pain. This moment is a crossing point, from deception into discernment, from grief into glory, from confusion into clarity, from bondage into freedom. And the journey will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Every tear will be counted. Every cry will be answered. Every ache will be healed. Because God is too faithful to leave you where pain lives. He is too loving to keep silent while your heart breaks in silence. He is too present to let you walk through this alone. You are walking out of what was never meant to stay. You are leaving behind what was never rooted in truth. You are stepping away from what was secretly plotting your heartbreak. This is the hand of God pulling you out of the fire before it burns everything. This is His voice speaking louder than your pain. This is His grace covering what your heart couldn't see. And soon, very soon, the reason for this warning will unfold before your eyes, and you will fall to your knees not in sadness, but in gratitude. Gratitude that God loved you enough to expose it before it was too late. Let yourself grieve, let yourself feel, let yourself cry, but do not go back. Do not reattach yourself to what heaven is cutting off. Do not beg for someone who was ready to walk away from you the moment something else looked more appealing. You are worth more. Your love is holy. Your heart is sacred. Your future is divine. And no one who truly belongs in your life will ever need to lie to stay. That uneasiness you've been feeling isn't just emotion, it's discernment. The heaviness sitting in your chest isn't just sadness, it's spiritual warning. You're not being dramatic. You're not overthinking. You are being shown the truth in a world full of shadows, and God is making sure you don't miss the signs this time. Comment 333 to declare your faith that God is exposing what needs to be seen. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. You've tried to love past the red flags. You've tried to pray away the distance. You've excused the silence, justified the change in behavior, and blamed yourself for their shift in energy. But God says, enough. This is not about your effort or your goodness or your loyalty. This is about truth. This is about what's happening when you're not looking. And while you've been crying out for connection, they've been investing in someone else's presence. While you've been trying to hold on, they've been planning how to leave without having to explain. That is not love. That is not honor. That is not the heart God wants joined with yours. It's not your fault they turned away. It's not your failure that they got distracted. This is not about your lack. It's about their decision. A decision they made without telling you, while still expecting you to be there waiting. But the Lord will not allow you to be used as a placeholder. He will not let your soul be toyed with. He will not sit quietly while someone you love rehearses their departure with someone else and then pretends they're still trying. God is stepping in, and this is the evidence of His hand at work. When God gives a warning, He gives it to protect your destiny. This is not just about relationships. This is about spiritual alignment. You are stepping into a season that requires your full peace, your full strength, your full clarity. The enemy would love to keep you tangled in confusion, stuck in heartbreak, distracted by people who were never built to carry your purpose. But God is shaking the ground so that everything false will fall away. What remains will be real. What remains will be pure. What remains will be for you. This message is not to shame you. It is to remind you how much heaven values you. It is to awaken the part of you that has been tolerating dishonor in the name of hope. You have been quiet about your pain. You've tried to be strong. You've prayed for change. But some hearts don't change when you love them harder. Some hearts change when God reveals who they really are and who they've chosen to become when you're not watching. You've outgrown the version of love that only shows up when it's convenient. You've outgrown the kind of presence that feels more like performance than partnership. You've outgrown waiting on someone to decide if you're enough. You were never meant to wait in confusion while someone else explores other options. That is not your portion. Your portion is peace. Your portion is love that doesn't shift with moods. Your portion is someone who chooses you in the room, outside the room, behind closed doors, and in every future they imagine. God sees what you don't. He sees the DMs, He sees the late-night texts, He sees the emotional connections forming in silence. He sees the loyalty being divided. He sees the manipulation hiding behind affection. He sees the delay in their commitment because they're hoping someone else becomes available, and He's saying, no more. No more pretending, no more covering for them, no more lying to yourself just to avoid the ache. He is calling you into truth, because the truth will heal you. You were created for more than halfway love. You were created for more than loyalty that is not returned. You were created for more than being an option in someone else's indecision. God's love for you is not partial, it is not divided. It is full and fierce and unwavering, and that is the kind of love He wants for you too. Someone who mirrors the heart of heaven in the way they treat you, someone who sees your value without needing reminders, someone who doesn't need to lose you to understand what they had. But in order to receive what God has prepared, you must release what God is exposing. You cannot carry deception into a future built on truth. You cannot carry betrayal into a season marked by blessing. You cannot carry divided hearts into a place where God has ordained unity. He is making you aware now, so you are not delayed later. You may feel the pain now, but you are avoiding years of unnecessary heartbreak. That is the mercy of God. That is the covering of a Father who sees the whole picture. Even when your heart wants to hold on, let your spirit surrender. Let God write the next chapter. Let Him lead you into places where you are chosen, not chased. where you are honored, not hidden, where you are wanted, not just tolerated. He is still the God who restores. He is still the God who heals. He is still the God who brings beauty from ashes. And even in this moment of revelation, He is working all things together for your good. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. What you thought was the end is just the uncovering. What you thought was rejection is actually protection. What you thought was the last straw is really the first step into freedom. You may not see the full picture yet, but one day you'll look back and understand why it had to happen this way. And when that day comes, you'll thank God for the message that made you see the truth. So stay rooted, stay present, stay obedient. Don't rush back to comfort when God is calling you into clarity. Don't return to what broke you just because it feels familiar. Don't confuse soul ties with God's plan. When He warns you, it's because He loves you more than you know. And He will never stop fighting for your future, even when it costs you your current comfort. You sense it in the way someone's presence starts to feel like distance. You pick up the weight of their hesitation, their absence hidden behind surface-level words. And still you hold on, believing the best, praying for clarity, asking God to help you understand. That ache is not just emotion, it is divine insight. It is God whispering gently, warning you before the fall comes. Comment 555. If you feel God tugging at your spirit in this moment. God never sends a warning without reason. He never exposes without covering you first. And right now, what you are sensing in your heart is a preparation for revelation. You're not imagining this shift. That person you've trusted, that one you've cried over, fasted for, defended in front of others, is walking away quietly, already entertaining someone else in their vision of the future. They may not have spoken the words yet, but their spirit already left. And God, in His mercy, is not letting you live in blindness any longer. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. You've spent nights asking what you did wrong. You've wrestled with the silence, the mixed signals, the slow fading of affection. You've tried to be enough for someone who never had the intention to stay. But God says, stop questioning your worth based on the decisions of someone who does not see your value. Stop defining your identity by the loyalty of someone who already gave their heart elsewhere in secret. This is not just about a broken relationship. This is about spiritual misalignment. This is about being tied to someone who was sent to distract, not to build. Someone who was permitted for a season but not destined for your future. And you knew it. Deep inside, you knew it. But your love made you patient. Your hope made you hold on. Your heart made you believe in their potential. And now God is stepping in to show you the truth, not to hurt you, but to free you. He is not the author of confusion. He is the Father of light. And everything done in the dark will come to light when God's hand is involved. You've been holding on to someone who has been slowly letting you go. And the name, when it's revealed, will crush you if you are not prepared. It will be someone close, someone you smiled at, someone who knew the weight you carried and still chose to be part of your heartbreak. This betrayal is not small. This is why the warning has been loud. This is why the spirit has been restless inside you. God doesn't want to see you crumble under a lie. He doesn't want to watch you build a future with someone whose eyes are already looking elsewhere. He doesn't want you waking up one day shocked by a truth He tried to show you months ago. This message is that window. It is the divine moment between blindness and awakening. It is the final call before you give your whole heart to someone who never planned to protect it. You are worthy of a love that stays. You are worthy of honesty when no one is watching. You are worthy of loyalty that does not shift based on who's available. And while it hurts now, while it feels unfair, God is preserving your peace. He is preserving your destiny. He is preserving your identity. There will be moments when you'll want to go back, moments when the memories try to lie to you, moments when the loneliness tries to convince you to settle for a half-hearted love. But don't. God is closing this door not because you are unlovable, but because the person behind it was never ready to carry the kind of love you were offering. They were still trying to decide while you were already committed. They were still exploring options while you were laying down your heart. God is removing you from the waiting line of someone else's confusion. He is choosing you, pulling you out, setting you apart. This heartbreak is not the end. It's the preparation for something sacred, something stable, something that mirrors the covenant He made with you. Something rooted in truth, not convenience. In presence, not performance. Even now, the Spirit of God surrounds you. Even now, His arms are wrapped around your brokenness. Even now, He is wiping tears you haven't even cried yet. You are not being punished, you are being protected. You are not being rejected, you are being redirected. You are not being forgotten. You are being remembered in the chambers of heaven. Let this message breathe life into you. Let it remind you that nothing escapes the eyes of God. Let it strengthen the parts of you that felt weak from carrying too much. Let it soothe the places in you that have been silently screaming for answers. This is not the time to cling to what is falling apart. This is not the time to chase someone who is already emotionally gone. This is the time to anchor yourself in truth, to root yourself in the presence of God. To believe that if He's removing something, He's about to restore something greater. You may not see the full picture yet, but what's coming will not confuse you. It will not manipulate your loyalty. It will not demand your silence while it entertains others. What's coming will feel like peace. What's coming will feel like clarity. What's coming will feel like home. Stay grounded, stay surrendered. Stay close to the one who reveals in love, who corrects in compassion, who warns not to scare you but to prepare you. The more you release, the more God can replace. And what He gives will never have to be forced, chased, or feared. What He gives will choose you every day without hesitation. Keep listening. There's more coming, and it will unlock the strength you forgot you had. The name you'll hear soon will explain everything. And when you hear it, you'll understand why God had to come for you now. Before it was too late. Before the lie became your reality. Before the pain became your home. What once felt warm now feels cold. What once felt safe now feels uncertain. And though you've tried to convince yourself otherwise, the truth keeps knocking on the door of your heart. And today, God is asking you to answer it. Because the silence you've been wrestling with is not just distance, it is a signal, a warning, a sign that their heart is no longer fully with you and it's already leaning toward someone else. Comment 1212 if you believe God is revealing what your soul has been sensing. This is not the time to ignore what you feel just because it hurts. God is not trying to break you. He's trying to wake you. You've been hoping for change, praying for connection, and waiting for that person to come back to who they used to be. But God is showing you who they are now, not who they were. He's showing you what they're choosing, not what they promised. Because love is not just in words, it is in patterns, presence, and consistency. And what you are seeing now is the unveiling of a heart that has made room for someone else, even while standing in front of you. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. This kind of truth can be hard to accept. You loved them with everything in you. You gave them chances. You believed in what could be. But they've been quietly stepping away, creating emotional distance, making plans in the dark while giving you just enough to keep you hoping. That's not partnership. That's not commitment. That's not love rooted in God's truth. And though you didn't ask for this pain, the Lord has stepped in to show you what you deserve to see. This isn't about bitterness. It's not about revenge. It's about release. It's about not allowing yourself to be a prisoner of someone else's indecision. You are not here to be held in a space of emotional limbo, where your heart is stretched between what you thought would happen and what they are silently building with someone else. God is lifting the veil from your eyes, and while it hurts, it is also the beginning of your healing. He sees the part of you that is tired, the part of you that has been pretending everything is fine, the part of you that still smiles while crying silently at night. He sees how hard you fought to keep this love alive. But God is reminding you, real love doesn't require you to lose yourself. It doesn't require you to beg for attention, to chase for clarity, or to ignore your own discernment just to stay close. God is calling you to peace, to freedom, to truth. And sometimes, truth comes wrapped in heartbreak. But that heartbreak will not last forever. What will last is the peace that follows once you obey the voice of God and let go. Let go of the illusion. Let go of the excuses. Let go of the what-ifs. What God is preparing for you cannot be built on top of betrayal. It cannot grow in soil poisoned by secrecy. The enemy wants you to believe you're not enough. That if you just tried harder, if you just stayed longer, if you just loved more, they would choose you. But that's a lie. You were never meant to be someone's backup plan. You were never created to wait in the shadows while they pursue someone else in the light. God is too good to let you stay where love is absent, but attachment remains. He is cutting the cords now, slowly, gently, but fully. He is detaching your heart from what was never yours to carry forever. He is reclaiming your peace, restoring your joy, and rebuilding your identity outside of the approval of someone who didn't recognize your worth. You will not have to prove yourself to the one God has prepared for you. You will not have to compete. You will not have to wait in pain, wondering if you matter. Let this season of exposure become a sacred turning point. Let it be the place where you say, no more. No more allowing yourself to be strung along. No more sacrificing your peace for someone else's pleasure. No more believing that your value is tied to their ability to stay. You are not hard to love. You are not asking for too much. You are just asking it from the wrong person. God is not just taking someone out of your life. He is clearing space. He is preparing the path. He is pulling you closer to the life He always had for you, a life not built on compromise, confusion, or quiet betrayal, a life anchored in truth, rooted in love, and covered in peace. And though this transition hurts now, it will one day be the reason you praise Him with tears of joy. You'll look back and see the way He carried you. You'll remember how He whispered to your spirit when no one else understood. You'll realize that every moment of silence, every unanswered question, every strange shift in energy was God showing you the truth without words. And when the full picture comes to light, when the name is revealed and the story unfolds, you will not be shocked. You will be steady, because God already showed you everything you needed to know before it happened. You are not going to break. You are going to rise. You are not going to be left behind. You are going to be led forward. You are not going to live in confusion. You are going to rest in clarity. And everything that God removes, He replaces with better. Not just different. Better, stronger, faithful, real. So let Him finish what He started. Don't fight for what He's freeing you from. Don't hold on to what He's pulling you away from. Trust the discomfort. Trust the revealing. Trust that this pain is not pointless. It is the beginning of something sacred, something you never imagined but always deserved. This is divine timing reaching into your life with a voice louder than the lies you've been told. God says you have been warned not to make you afraid, but to make you aware. What you felt in your spirit was never wrong. What you've been sensing behind their smile, hidden in their changed behavior, is not paranoia, it's revelation. Comment 777 if you believe God is opening your eyes to what was hidden in the dark. There's been a slow shift, almost too quiet to notice at first. A slight change in how they looked at you, a pause in their laughter, a dullness in their affection. And you told yourself it was stress, a phase, something you could pray through. You loved so deeply that you wanted to believe it was just a season. But seasons reveal, and what has been revealed is not just distance, it's a secret, a decision, a heart no longer yours. You need to hear this plainly. They are already emotionally gone. They are entertaining someone else in private while smiling at you in public. And the name that will come out soon, the name that will break your heart, will be one you know. It will be someone who stood close to you, someone you trusted, someone you never imagined could be part of your pain. But God is not going to let the enemy take you by surprise. That's why He's reaching you now. That's why the stirring in your chest has become too loud to ignore. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. God is not trying to hurt you. He is trying to spare you from a pain that would be worse if it stayed hidden any longer. If He allowed you to keep investing, keep sacrificing, keep giving all of yourself to someone who is slowly handing their attention to someone else, the destruction would run deeper. So He is stepping in now. He is gently yet firmly lifting the veil. You have been warned because you are chosen. You have been warned because you are favored. You have been warned because God will not allow His beloved to be deceived. You were never created to walk in blindness. You were never meant to love in confusion. You were never asked to carry the weight of someone else's indecision as if it were your burden to bear. God wants your heart free. He wants your eyes clear. He wants your spirit light again. And though the truth may shake you, it will not break you. What breaks you is staying where you are no longer seen. What breaks you is giving years to someone who sees your faithfulness as convenience. What breaks you is living in a loop of false hope when God has already told you the truth. You don't need another sign. This is the sign. You don't need another confirmation. This is it. The slow replies, the fading warmth, the hidden conversations, the sudden interest in new places, new people, new routines. This is not revival in a relationship. This is rerouting. This is preparation for departure. But God is getting to you first, because He knows how deeply you love. He knows how long you've prayed. He knows how hard you've tried. And that's exactly why He won't let this carry on any longer. Let it hurt. Let it sting. Let the truth crash through every excuse you've made, and then let it heal you, because healing starts with honesty. And God is honest. His love is honest. His warnings are honest. You may want to close your eyes, but the Spirit is pulling you to see. Not to destroy your hope, but to redirect it, because your hope was never meant to be in them. Your hope is in the Lord, and the Lord never fails. They were part of your story, not the end of it. They were a chapter, not your whole book. And now the page is turning. God is turning it, not you. God. You may still feel attached. You may still want to stay. But when God moves, you follow. When He warns, you listen. When He reveals, you obey. This is your soul being set free. Free from hidden dishonor, free from fake closeness, free from waiting for love to return when it has already left the room. And what's waiting on the other side of this obedience will restore what this betrayal tried to take from you. You will smile again. You will love again. You will trust again. But this time, it will be safe. This time, it will be real. This time, it will be sent by God, and not stitched together by your fear of letting go. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are not being abandoned. You are being protected, covered, held. God is with you in this heartbreak. He is not watching from afar. He is in the very middle of this moment, sitting with you in the quiet, whispering strength back into your soul. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt. He knows how heavy this truth is. He knows how much you wish it wasn't real. But He also knows what's ahead. He knows the peace waiting for you once this weight is lifted. He knows the joy that will return when the wrong people are no longer occupying your space. He knows the strength that's rising in you, even now, as you begin to release what was never meant to remain. So don't harden your heart. Don't close yourself off. Don't let this pain build walls where God wants to build altars. This moment will not define you. This moment will refine you. And the very tears you cry now will water the ground where your healing begins to grow. Stay close to God. Let Him lead you through this. Let Him speak louder than your emotions. Let Him carry you through the days when the ache feels unbearable. He will not let you collapse under the weight of this. He is your strength. He is your rescue. He is your safe place. And as you keep walking step by step, truth after truth, you'll begin to feel it. The release, the peace, the clarity, the presence of God surrounding you like a shield. What tried to crush you will only make you stronger. What tried to confuse you will now become your confirmation. And what you thought would destroy your heart will lead you straight into the hands of the one who knows how to heal it. He is not letting the deception stay hidden any longer, because your future is too important, your purpose is too sacred, and your soul is too valuable. What you've been feeling deep inside, the sense that something is not right, that something is being kept from you, is not just a feeling. It is God's hand pulling you toward the truth, before your heart is tied to something that was never meant to last. Comment 999 if your heart knows this is a word from the Lord for you. You have spent so much time questioning your instincts. You've silenced your discernment to preserve the idea of love. You've made excuses for patterns that never felt right. But God never asked you to ignore your spirit to keep someone in your life. He never required you to trade your peace for a presence that constantly keeps you guessing. And right now, in this very moment, He is unearthing what has been growing in the dark behind your back. You have been warned, not because you are being punished, but because you are being chosen for clarity. This is the mercy of God. He doesn't want you blindsided. He doesn't want you left broken after investing your trust, your hope, your loyalty into someone whose heart is no longer fully yours. He doesn't want you waking up months from now with the weight of regret for not listening to the voice that tried to protect you. That voice is not fear. It is not paranoia. It is not insecurity. It is God. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish any time. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. The one you've loved, the one you've fought for in prayer, the one you've carried in your spirit is no longer walking beside you in truth. They may still be near physically, but their spirit has aligned with someone else. And while they may never have the courage to tell you, heaven will not allow you to be deceived forever. The name that will soon come to light will shake you. It will bring a pain you weren't ready for, but it will also bring freedom you didn't know you needed. This is why God speaks before it's too late. Because He knows the path you're on. He sees the trap the enemy tried to lay ahead. He sees the damage that could have rooted itself in your heart had this stayed hidden. So He's pulling you out before the fall. He's lifting your face before it sinks in shame. He's reclaiming your voice before you forget how to use it. You've been slowly losing parts of yourself in this connection. You've been quieting your spirit to keep the peace. You've been sacrificing your joy just to feel wanted. And all the while, the one you're giving everything to has been giving pieces of themselves to someone else in secret. This is not the future God wrote for you. This is not the story He's written for your life. You are not called to live in confusion. You are not called to stay where trust cannot breathe. God is not only revealing the truth, He is restoring your discernment. You are going to start seeing things clearly again. The fog is lifting. The spiritual noise is quieting. Your vision is sharpening. You will no longer excuse what is clearly damaging. You will no longer romanticize what is clearly broken. God is removing the veil so that you stop fighting for someone who has already emotionally chosen another. And in the ache of that truth, God will meet you. He will not leave you to figure it out on your own. He will be the strength in your silence. He will be the comfort in your tears. He will be the voice that tells you it's okay to let go. You are not weak for walking away from what hurts you. You are not cold-hearted for refusing to hold space for betrayal. You are not selfish for choosing peace over false promises. Let the warning do what it was meant to do. Let it protect you. Let it keep you from sowing love into a heart that's already planning a future without you. Let it shield you from being blindsided when the truth finally comes out, because what's coming next will not be hidden for long. God is already setting the stage for exposure. He's already aligning conversations, uncovering text messages, loosening lips, removing the protection they thought they had while lying to you. God's justice is not cruel, it is holy. And when He exposes, He doesn't do it to embarrass you, He does it to rescue you. Because you've waited long enough, you've prayed long enough, you've stayed hopeful long enough. And now, it's time for the truth to rise. You will be okay. You will rise from this. You will heal. You will feel love again, the kind that doesn't leave room for doubt. You will be seen fully, chosen deeply, held securely. But first, you must let this current version of love fall away, the one that kept you anxious, the one that left you questioning, the one that was always just out of reach. This is not rejection, it is protection. This is not the loss of your future, it is the release of what was never going to honor your calling. This is not the end of your story. It is the end of a chapter that needed to close for your healing to begin. Stay rooted in His presence. Stay anchored in His voice. Stay open to His peace. Let God pull you away from what has been eating away at your worth. Let Him show you that He never designed you to live this way. And even though you may not understand all the reasons right now, you will look back and know, without a doubt, that this warning saved your life. You are not broken. You are being made whole. You are not abandoned. You are being drawn closer to the one who sees everything. And when the final pieces fall into place, when the name is revealed, when the full truth comes out, you will stand in strength, not sorrow. You will be prepared, not shaken. You will be grateful not for the pain, but for the God who made sure you weren't destroyed by it. It was never just overthinking. It was the Holy Spirit, gently revealing what you couldn't bring yourself to accept. And now, God is not whispering anymore. He's speaking clearly, directly, with love and urgency. You have been warned. Comment 1010. If your heart is hearing this in a way it never has before, this warning is not cruel. It is holy. It is tender. It is timely. You are standing at the edge of a choice. Stay connected to what is secretly crumbling, or let God pull you into a place of peace you haven't known in a long time. That person you care for so deeply has already shifted. Their eyes have turned, their heart has changed, and the love you're still fighting for exists more in memory than in the present. It hurts to admit that. But God loves you too much to let you keep pouring yourself into someone who's already halfway gone. It started subtly. The replies got slower. The warmth began to fade. The interest felt forced. They became more defensive, less available. You tried to reason with yourself. You told yourself it was stress, it was life, it was just a phase. But now you know. Deep down, you've known. And God is stepping in, not to shame you for staying too long, but to shield you from staying one moment longer than you need to. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique, backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs, is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. God is revealing what you couldn't see. He's showing you that the one you trusted, the one you opened your heart to, has been slowly turning towards someone else, not just in a moment of weakness, but with intention. And the name, when it's spoken, when it finally surfaces, will bring with it a pain that only God can carry for you. It will be someone familiar, someone you trusted, someone who shared space in your world without you ever suspecting they could become part of your heartbreak. But the shock will not destroy you, because God is preparing you now. That's why you're still here. That's why this word has found you. Not by chance. Not by mistake. Heaven orchestrated this moment to get to your heart before the enemy could finish what he started. You were not meant to be blindsided. You were not meant to live in a fantasy while betrayal formed behind your back. You were meant to walk in truth. You were meant to live free, and the Lord is making sure of it. There's still a part of you that wants to fight for this, a part of you that believes if you love hard enough, pray long enough, hold on tight enough, they'll come back. But God says no, not because you're not worthy of love, but because the kind of love you deserve can't live in a divided heart. Real love doesn't entertain options while holding your hand. Real love doesn't play with your loyalty while testing out connections behind your back. Real love, the kind God has for you, is honest. It's clear. It's consistent. It stays. And you haven't felt that kind of love in a long time. You felt confused. You felt heavy. You felt lost in the waiting, begging for a sign, for clarity. And this is it. This is the mercy of God intervening. This is your confirmation. The storm you felt in your chest wasn't anxiety. It was God pulling you out before the damage becomes permanent. You are not a mistake for loving deeply. You are not weak for wanting to believe the best. But there comes a time when love is no longer enough to hold what God has already released. And if you keep holding on, you will begin to decay in a place that was only meant to be temporary. God is trying to rescue you before your soul starts believing that this kind of dishonor is what love is supposed to feel like. You may be afraid of the unknown. You may wonder what life looks like without them. You may think letting go will break you. But what will truly break you is staying connected to someone who has already chosen another in their heart. God doesn't want you to wait for their actions to catch up to what He's already revealed. He wants you to trust Him now. There is healing waiting for you. There is love you haven't tasted yet. There is a peace that will return the moment you stop fighting to keep what God is removing. Yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will take time. But this pain is purposeful. It is purging. It is making room for what's real. Let them go. Let the fantasy die. Let the illusion fade. Let the truth rise. You don't need to prove your worth to someone who already sees you as an option. You don't need to beg someone to stay who has already emotionally left. God is preparing something purer, something better, something sacred, but you cannot receive it with your hands still clinging to deception. You were never created to live in confusion. You were made to walk in the light. And that's what this moment is: light breaking through the fog, truth clearing the noise, love stepping into the room and saying, "You don't have to suffer anymore." God is not done speaking. He is still unfolding the story. There are more things to be revealed. But for now, take this word and hold it close. Let it comfort you. Let it lead you. Let it set you free. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. God is with you, and He is fighting for your heart. And when you look back, when the name is revealed, when the truth unfolds, when it all comes to light, you will not fall apart. You will not be destroyed. You will say, "Thank you, Lord, for warning me. Thank you for loving me enough to speak before it was too late." He knows the ache you're carrying. He knows the battle between your mind and your heart, the part of you that still wants to believe, still wants to hope, still wants to find a reason to stay. But His voice is steady, clear, and filled with mercy. You have been warned. It's not to cause fear, but to give you the strength to release what will not love you the way He intended. Comment 1515. If you're trusting God to bring peace where the pain still lingers, the person you trusted, the one you thought would stay, has already shifted away from you, not with a dramatic exit, but with small compromises, quiet betrayals, hidden decisions. They may still look at you with soft eyes. They may still say the right words, but their heart is no longer yours. Their spirit has aligned with another. And what's most painful is that it's someone you never imagined would be part of your sorrow, someone whose name is connected to laughter and memories and shared spaces, someone who looked like a friend but lived like a shadow. You need to hear this with the fullness of God's love behind it. This is not your failure. This is not your punishment. This is not a sign that something is wrong with you. This is a sign that something has shifted in them, and God, in His kindness, is not allowing you to continue walking toward a future that would have fractured your soul. He's letting you see it now, before the vows, before the deeper investment, before you gave more of yourself than you were meant to. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. It's hard to let go when you've poured so much in. It's hard to walk away when you've seen glimpses of who they used to be or who they could have become. But holding on to potential will keep you in pain. Holding on to what once was will blind you to what is. And what is happening now is not love, it is confusion, deception, and spiritual misalignment. You are trying to build a future with someone who has been slowly building a door to leave through. God is not asking you to hate them. He's not asking you to retaliate. He's asking you to release, because your heart is too precious to be held in hands that tremble with divided loyalties. Your peace is too important to be sacrificed for someone who treats your love as optional. Your calling is too great to be distracted by a relationship that was never meant to carry you into your purpose. You've been shrinking to fit inside their world. You've been quieting your spirit so they wouldn't feel challenged. You've been softening your needs so they wouldn't feel burdened. And all the while they've been pulling away in silence, nurturing a bond that was never meant to exist, secretly envisioning a future that doesn't include you. And God saw it all. He saw every message, every thought they entertained, every connection they nurtured behind your back. He saw them smiling at you while thinking of someone else. He saw them responding to your texts while wishing they were talking to another. And still, He covered you. He held you. He waited for the moment your heart would be ready to hear the truth. That moment is now. God does not reveal to embarrass. He reveals to protect. He is not showing you this to punish you. He's showing you this so that the pain you feel today doesn't become the prison you live in tomorrow. He is stepping in now to stop you from being bound to someone who was never equipped to carry your heart. The one you thought would stay was only meant for a season that has now reached its end. You can cry, you can grieve, you can feel it all, but you cannot stay in denial. Because staying in what God is removing will only delay the healing that's waiting to reach you. This moment was divinely appointed. You are hearing these words not because you're weak, but because you are ready. Ready to walk away from what is fake. Ready to walk toward what is faithful. Ready to stop questioning your worth every night while praying for someone to choose you, someone who already chose someone else in secret. There is power in this moment. There is strength being born in your surrender. There is clarity rising from your pain. What once confused you is now making sense. The silence, the withdrawal, the inconsistency, the mood swings, the unexplained distance. It was never your fault. It was always the consequence of a heart that shifted without having the courage to tell you. But God is courageous for you. He is not afraid to speak truth. He is not hesitant to step into your storm. He is not slow to act when the time for protection arrives. And right now, He is moving things into place. He is removing the false comfort. He is tearing down the illusions. He is pulling you away from the counterfeit so you don't miss the real. The truth will hurt. The name will hurt. The memories will ache. But the freedom will be worth it. The healing will be real. The restoration will be deep. And when God brings peace, it won't come through someone else's compromise. It will come through His promise. You will not have to guess if it's love. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to fight for your place. Because what God sends will sit with you, walk with you, stand beside you, stay when it's hard, build when it's messy, and never make you feel like you're too much. Right now, you are standing in the in-between, the place between what's falling and what's being formed. Don't run back to what's familiar. Don't silence what God is saying just because it's uncomfortable. Let the exposure happen. Let the severing happen. Let the shaking happen. You will not be destroyed. You will be delivered.